whether you're in isolation or you're stuck or you're home or with the kids a lot more, we adapt to these situations, and you must have clarity and focus in the fact you will adapt. Well, here we are. Is it the apocalypse? No. Everything seems very damning, doesn't it? And what this series is going to be, it's not going to be about the coronavirus. It's going to be everything around the coronavirus. Concentrating on our mindset, ourselves, our personal well-being, our mental health, all those types of things, and applying the commando mindset to getting through what is going to be quite a difficult time. But equally, once we're through, benefiting from how we were during these times and moving forward into the next stage of our life when this all blows over. So each video of this series is going to be around thinking, mindset, things we can do upstairs to help us physically and mentally through the next period. What it is also is an opportunity to grow, and how we can learn so much about ourselves as this all moves forward and we go into the next phase of our life. So I suppose this is lesson 1, or not even lesson, but session 1, video 1. And it's going to be about something we use with businesses and athletes called ARA. Accept, remove, adapt. Accept is accepting a situation has happened. Having clarity in your mind that whatever's come around has come around. The adversity has struck. We're in a position. Things are changing. And in order to cope with situations like that, we have to accept it's happened. Right now, there's a few people still not accepting it's happened. I think for the majority of us, we've come to the realisation that life is changing somewhat for all of us over the next several weeks, maybe months. So we have to accept the situation has occurred. We have to accept the positions we're in. We have to accept the changes happening. We have to accept this virus is around the world. We also have to accept that things we know and do on a daily basis and are no longer sometimes doable for many of us. And we have to accept the immense change that is now happening across the world and within our lives. Accept is a very important thing, because accepting is your first hurdle crossed. You then have remove. Now remove, means removing emotion. What I don't mean by removing emotion is becoming emotionless. That's not what I'm implying. There's immense opportunity right now and reasons to be emotional. But are they the right emotions for you? If we're affected directly by this, in the sense of someone catches a virus we know, or someone or we do ourselves catch the virus, then clearly emotion is completely regarded as a good thing. It's remove unwanted emotion. I'm not saying be emotionless. That's completely against what I'm saying. There's many reasons we need to have some form of emotion to this situation. But remove unwanted emotions such as fear, stress, worry, anxiety, all those darker things that are really going to plague our mind during this period is vital. This helps when you accept the situation is here. But also, how much social media are you looking at? What are you looking at online? How many news publications are you looking at? What are you reading? Where do your facts come from? What do you understand to be true, wrong, right? And what do you look into about the numbers and the stats and everything that can plague our mind to make us feel so sad and dark inside? Now we need to remove this unwanted emotion. One of the main spirits we had within the Royal Marines, which is essentially one of our values, is cheerfulness in the face of adversity. We don't laugh at this situation necessarily, but we can laugh with it. There is humour to be found. Maybe it's a meme, maybe it's a video, maybe it's just a conversation. But if we don't laugh at it, it's going to laugh at us, and it's going to take over, and it will destroy our lives. When we have too much emotional attachment to this situation, it then stops good sleeping patterns, it can fatigue you, it can really have a detriment on your health and fitness, which then in turn affects your immune system. So just by thinking badly about this situation and being too emotional about it can decrease our immune system, which at this point in time is something which is vital for us having. And the last part of ARA is adapt. The quicker you adapt to the situation, the better. Adapting to the situation and the change and what is happening is going to make your life a lot better. It takes on rough calculation around 66 days to create a new habit. So within a few weeks, within a few months, 2 months of being in the position we are, you're going to have a new routine, you're going to adapt it to the new way of life, whether you're in isolation or you're stuck or you're home or with the kids a lot more. We adapt to these situations, and you must have clarity and focus in the fact you will adapt. So you need to make sure you adapt. That comes from accepting the situation and removing the unwanted emotion. Because when we're adapting, we become more resilient. So on the back of this, how do you go in and how do you come out? Because how you are in the middle of this process during this probably quite short journey in the long grand scheme of things of life will determine how well you do further on from this. You may come out of this a completely resilient character who thinks, wow, I've just been through some shit and now I can move forward. And that will take us into what we're going to talk about in the next few sessions. Is we need to get this bit out of the way and done with. The ARA, accept, remove, adapt. Because from here, we're going to start talking about the good stuff. How can you use your time? What can we do within the house to make us feel better? And then what happens after this? What are you investing right now in the time that when this all passes over, what are you going to be? What are you going to do? This is our time. It's horrible, but we cannot be beaten by this beast. We have to accept it's here, remove the unwanted emotion, adapt, and realise the potential we could take from this, which would actually one day better our lives. Mini-series, Commando Mindset. Check out the links, keep in touch, unity for immunity, and I'll see you in the next session.